Oregonians living with diabetes are facing some tough choices as they struggle to live normal lives. As Fox 12's Simon GUTIERREZ explains now, the soaring prices of insulin, a drug they depend on to live, has patients making risky decisions to stretch their dollars.
This is the Novolin R, which is it's rapid.
Right now, Lynn Hill is essentially held captive by her medicine.
We don't usually go anywhere or travel because the blood sugars are so unstable.
Hill is diabetic and relies on regular doses of insulin to regulate her blood sugar. These days, paying for that insulin has become a monthly challenge.
I first started on the Invokana, and my copay on that was $421, which was there was no way we could pay that.
So her doctor prescribed a cheaper alternative, Basaglar.
And that worked really well. The copay for that was only like $90, but the insurance company didn't approve it.
Then a third brand, Farxiga.
The copay on that was like $500, $561, something like that. Way out of my price range.
But for a couple of months, she tried to make it work by rationing her doses.
If I was prescribed, 60 units twice a day, I was taking 30 units twice a day to try to make it last as long as possible.
Which had a real effect on her health.
So how were you feeling while all that was going on?
Oh, horrible. The fatigue, you're just exhausted, you have no energy.
A recent survey by the American Diabetes Association found 27% of patients were doing some sort of rationing of their insulin, a practice doctors say could be very dangerous.
Diabetes is a leading cause of blindness, kidney disease, and non-traumatic limb amputations, and so having high blood sugars can cause some really serious effects.
Along with the rationing, some patients turn to other options, looking outside the country or online for cheaper insulin. We found several postings, for example, of insulin for sale on Craigslist.
I have some significant concerns about patients purchasing insulin off of Craigslist.
Dr. Jessica Castle with the Harold Schnitzer Diabetes Health Center at OHSU says even if the price is right, turning to Craigslist for insulin is risky.
So there are some very significant potential effects. So for example, low blood sugars, if they took the wrong type of insulin, loss of consciousness or seizure, or even death if someone had a very severe low blood sugar.
The American Diabetes Association is lobbying Congress to do something to provide relief for patients, but there's no clear answer on the horizon.
And these are the sorts of things that unfold over many years. And what do I tell my patient that calls up today that can't afford their insulin? I need faster solutions for those people.
Lynn Hill has stopped rationing her insulin after her doctor found a cheaper brand, which she says works, but not as well as the pricier ones. Her fluctuating blood sugar keeps her close to home, while she and her husband struggled to dig out of the financial hole they dug trying to keep her healthy. She's frustrated knowing the medication that would afford her close to a normal life is out there. She just can't afford it.
We've had to choose groceries or insulin. It's just a total catch-22 in the whole thing.
No-win situation.
It is. So, but yeah, you have to make some really tough choices just to be able to stay alive.
In Salem, Simon GUTIERREZ, Fox 12 Oregon.